have a story about the Roman Empire. Now, Rome, Rome inajulikana na vitu mingi. If I name Julius Caesar, akili yako itapiga Rome. If I name Octavian, akili yako itapiga Rome. If I name Marcus Aurelius, akili yako itapiga Rome. If I name Caligula, Commodus, the greatest Roman empires of all times wako Rome. That is maybe, okay, kumekuwa na debate if Julius Caesar has been one of the greatest Roman emperors, lakini we are yet to see and we are yet to know if how history inachukuliwa na historians. But on today's episode, I want to talk about one man by the name Marcus Aurelius. Now, Marcus Aurelius, I find story yake iko most interesting sana among the Roman emperors, because ukiangalia Marcus Aurelius rule from 160 to 180 AD, around 20 years ako in power. But story yake iko very sweet and very pure at the same time, pia iko bitter, because him coming to power, then again choosing somebody to succeed him, the succession story ilikuwa shida. And again pia in times of Marcus Aurelius from 160 to 180 AD is when Antonine plague ilipiga Rome and it was killing people, like 2,000 people per day. So kulikuwa na issues from him kuingia power, vita, and again the Antonine plague, then the succession. But Marcus Aurelius, he was an adoptive son to Antoninus Pius. And Marcus Aurelius, him taking over after his father, he was now the Roman emperor. Now, Marcus Aurelius alikuja akaoa a lady by the name Faustina. Ukiangalia history ya Rome about issues na mambo na marriage, ilikuwa somebody he could marry even the cousin, like Marcus Aurelius. Faustina was his cousin. So Marcus Aurelius married Faustina, then Faustina was able to give Marcus Aurelius 14 children. But if we trace about their story, about their marriage and the rest, unapata only 5 daughters and 1 son. They managed to survive of all times. And among these 5 daughters, alikuwa na mtoto anaitwa Lucilla, and among the 1 son was now Commodus. Yeah. So as time goes by, Marcus Aurelius ako in charge of Rome. The daughter now, Lucilla, at the age of 11, Lucilla was married to a man by the name Lucius. But Marcus was very alikuwa na ugumu ya kupatia huu jamaa the daughter, because kulikuwa na issues that this guy Lucius alikuwa na some mistress by the name Panthea, and Marcus Aurelius alikuwa jamaa mjanja. So when the time for marriage ilikuwa inakuja, unapata Marcus Aurelius ana postpone the marriage so that yeye mwenyewe ajaribu kuona kama alikuwa anachunguza Lucius, lakini as time goes by aliacha the guy to marry the daughter, that is Lucilla. Now Lucilla was married at the age of 11. Now the reign of Marcus Aurelius from 160 to 180 AD, kulikuwa na vita, and the most outstanding wars ni vita zingine mbili. The first one was the war with Parthia. Now the war with Parthia ilifanyika from 161 to 166 AD, that is around 5 years. But through Avidas Cassius, Marcus Aurelius alishinda, and through Lucius, that was now the son-in-law. Marcus Aurelius alishinda the war of Parthia, and again immediately after the war with Parthia, another war broke, and this war was with the Germans. Inajulikana kama war with the Germanic tribes. Now hii vita ya Romans with the Germanic tribes, it was very interesting, very interesting, because Romans walikuwa na expand the territory. Romans walikuwa na conquer territories, wanakuwa the greatest Rome yenye tunajua, and Marcus Aurelius being the emperor everybody wanted these subjects were praised as the best emperor of all times. Now ite Marcus Aurelius anapigana with the Germanic tribes that wanajulikana kama the barbarians. The son, that is Commodus, alikuwa kwa palace, kijana anapiga raha, sherehe hapa na pale, warembo kibao. But Marcus Aurelius alidecide kitu moja, that him having a son was a prestige kwake, because unapata before him other emperors were not able to bring a son so that he rules Rome, but Marcus Aurelius had the ability to have a son, and it was now clear that Commodus alikuwa now the person to succeed Marcus Aurelius. Lakini kijana anapiga raha, so what Marcus Aurelius did, akaona wacha nichukue Commodus nimlete to the Germans place nye vita inaendelea. So yeye akachukua kijana akamwambia Faustina bibi yake, leta kijana wapi? Leta kijana huko at the Germanic tribes huko Germania. So si kijana akaenda huko Germania, kijana anaenda kutrain, because he was a guy mwenye, he was not a general, he was just Marcus Aurelius son. So Marcus Aurelius kitu alifanya, alikuwa anataka now the boy ajulikane na akuwe friendly to the soldiers, at the same time pia akuwe na the tactics. Now unajua you can't lead soldiers yet you don't have the tactics, you don't know how to handle the sword. That is how Marcus Aurelius alisema. So Marcus akaleta kijana akapatiwa sword, lakini before kijana apatiwe sword, something happened. By the time amefika huko Germania, Marcus Aurelius, his first day in training, kijana alikata kwenda training. Kijana babake anamgoja at the battlefield and anamgoja na sword, then Marcus Aurelius all of a sudden aoni kijana wake Commodus amedisappear. So Marcus Aurelius akasema wacha nini katafutia kijana. Akaenda kwa tent where Commodus anaishi and akapata kijana anajienjoy. So Marcus Aurelius what he did, akachukua kijana akamtupa nje and akampeleka kwa battlefield. But kijana as time goes by amepatiwa sword, ametrain, hata ikimaliza dakika 10 kijana akaeka sword chini akakata. So Marcus Aurelius was like, alikuwa that being Commodus anakuja kuchukua power and yet he doesn't know how to handle the sword, ilimpatia shida. And yet the father what he did, akachukua kijana akampeleka now to where pali vita imefanyika and aone how soldiers wameuliwa. So he simply knew what he was doing, because alijua by the time anampeleka where kwa battlefield aone the dead bodies imelala kila mahali, kijana will be now atakuwa na interest ya kuhandle the sword. Now from that time kijana akaona how things imekuwa and kijana was up to the task, akachukua the sword. So by the time ako battlefield amejua how to handle the sword, then as time goes by, Marcus Aurelius being the emperor na lead his legions kupigana na the Germanic tribes, the barbarians, Marcus Aurelius akakuja akakuwa mgonjwa. Hapo ndo shida ilianza in Roman Empire during his reign. And Faustina, kumbuka hii time yeye ako na kijana wake ako huko kwa camp ya vita, but Faustina bibi yake ako Rome. Kumbuka Faustina is the second most powerful person in Rome, being the empress of Rome. Now words vita, Marcus Aurelius akaandika, generals and commodores wakaandika nini, wakaambia endeni mwambie Faustina aje Marcus Aurelius ni msika. But as time goes by, because ilikuwa 100 miles, like 100 miles, ilikuwa the distance was ilikuwa long sana, au masoldiers wamepatiwa, then as time goes by wamefika kwa empire, then the soldiers wanapatia the servants information and the rest. By the time information inafika kwa Faustina Faustina anaambiwa that Marcus Aurelius amekufa. Haya, bibi akatokwa na wazimu, Now the most powerful person amekufa, meaning that every region want to seize power. That's how Faustina alichukulia. And him alikuwa anataka commodores to take after the father, but kumbuka commodores isn't ready, ndo anajua ku handle the sword. Kumbuka commodores, he must know how to handle the sword. Lazima pia kuje ajue about the administrative manenos, like lazima kuwe friendly to the Senate. Kumbuka the Senate is was one of the most important aspects of Roman Empire and about Roman administration. Now, what Faustina did, Faustina wanted her family yake ikuwe safe to any person who will rise from every region. Kumbuka that after Roman Empire wanachukua regions, capture regions, kumbuka that those regions kulikuwa na governors wana rule. For example, in Egypt kulikuwa a man by the name Avidas Cassius. That was the person who was leading the region of Egypt. Now Faustina what alikuwa anataka the family to be safe, at the same time yeye mwenyewe. Now Roman Empire, okay, the first, okay, hiyo ni kitu inafanyika, every person akona self interest. That is what Faustina alionekana nayo. And what Faustina did, Faustina decided kukimbia wapi? Kukimbia Egypt, kukutana na Avidas Cassius, because Avidas Cassius was the second most powerful person outside Rome after Marcus Aurelius. Now Avidas Cassius ameambiwa that Marcus Aurelius amekufa, and Faustina akamwambia that wewe ende uchukue the emperor of Rome. Now obvious, okay, Avidas Cassius amona it's a lucrative thing, the emperor amekufa na I can take Rome, I can be the next emperor, why not? Ye ni nani? Akaanza campaign. Campaign imechukua regions. Egypt for example ikam declare the emperor, other regions ikam declare the emperor of Rome. Now Avidas Cassius ameanza hii maneno very strongly, army iko set, kila kitu iko set, but this time kumbuka wapi Faustina? Bado wako wapi? Faustina kwa Egypt. Haya, acha turudi huku kwa camp, the war camp kidogo hivi. Kumbuka that maneno ilitokea that Marcus Aurelius amekufa, yet Marcus Aurelius was sick. But tukirudi huku kwa the war camp, Marcus Aurelius amepona. That's where the problem ikaingilia tena. Now ataka Faustina anataka Avidas Cassius akuwe the second, akuwe the next emperor of Rome. Kumbuka Lucilla, his daughter, Marcus Aurelius' daughter, akona pia interest ya kuwa the most powerful person in Rome. Now the son wants to succeed the father, the daughter also wants to succeed the father, lakini mama akaona that wacha niende Avidas Cassius, because any region can rise and seize power. So the only escape plan was to go for Avidas Cassius. Now huku Marcus Aurelius amepona, and yet Marcus Aurelius akaona that hizi regions zime rise up, zimenitupa mbali, and zimedeclare Avidas Cassius the next emperor of Rome. Now hapo ndo shida ilikuwa, and Faustina pia kusikia that Marcus Aurelius amepona, she had to come back to Rome. But Hakurudi Rome, he went directly to the camp, the war camp. Akaenda akaona the husband Marcus Aurelius, because ye pia ashasikia that she's having an affair with Avidas Cassius, and also pia amesikia that she's the one mwenye amelead Avidas Cassius to take after him. But even after Avidas Cassius kusikia that Marcus Aurelius amepona, aliamua that he will continue to go for the regions, and he will continue for his quest for the throne, because aliona that if asimame aseme that I won't continue because Marcus Aurelius is back, he saw that Marcus Aurelius ataona that he was ready to seize power even after Commodus akuwe the next emperor. But Avidas Cassius alikuwa assassinated. So he was eliminated. Now tukabaki na one emperor, that is Marcus Aurelius. And again, hapa kwa Marcus Aurelius, he was alikuwa amekasirika because the wife alikuwa, all the allegations alikuwa amesikia about the wife, alikuwa amekasirika. So Faustina amekuja kwa war camp, and they had some talks and she lied to his husband that aja kuwa among hizo allegations zote ni uongo. So the husband alisema that okay, I trust you, I only want hizo maneno zitoke kwa mdomo yako. But Faustina alizichukulia vibaya, because he saw that Marcus Aurelius, he knew everything that was happening and he knew the truth. So Faustina saw that he was again pia alikuwa guilty. So Faustina akacommit suicide, akakuwa eliminated, akacommit suicide, tukamtoa hivyo. And after Faustina akacommit suicide, akazikwa, then simply meant that Marcus Aurelius ako pale ana bibi, and Commodus pia ako pale as now the second most powerful person, because tushatoa Faustina was now the second most powerful person in Rome. Lakini Avidas Cassius was the second most powerful person in outside Rome. So eliminate Faustina, she committed suicide. Eliminate pia Avidas Cassius because he was assassinated. Now, so hapa kwa who was now succeeding Marcus Aurelius was now the main issue, because Marcus Aurelius already alikuwa anafanya everything that he could so that the son to take over after him. But why was he? Mbona alikuwa, historians argue that mbona Marcus Aurelius wanted the son to take after him, yet the son wasn't ready in terms of mambo na vita, in terms of mambo na yeye kujulikana na the Senate. The son wasn't ready to take after him, and historians see that Marcus Aurelius wasn't a man who was flexible like other emperors to look for somebody who is ready and who can lead Rome as the next emperor. But in simple terms, we say that Marcus Aurelius had a son mwenye kumbuka that other emperors before Marcus Aurelius, like Trajan, they didn't have sons, but Marcus Aurelius was among the luckiest emperors to have a son during that before the four previous emperors. Marcus Aurelius was among the luckiest emperors to have a son. So Marcus Aurelius saw that he was ready to do everything so that Commodus take over. That's the problem. He was ready, alikuwa anataka kumtrain in terms of ajulikane na the soldiers, akuwe ready to in the battlefield to lead the and conquer regions, to lead the soldiers and conquer regions. Now, Marcus Aurelius, after kuona that the son is improving in the battlefield, akaambia Commodus that ukienda Rome, it isn't about now the sword. Ukienda Rome, it is now a battle of words in a den of snake. Okay, simply meaning a den of snake. It was now alikuwa na maanisha now the Senate. The Senate, he termed it as a den of snake. So he had to go back to Rome with the Commodus so that ajulikane now na the Senate, because the Senate is among the most important offices in Rome. Was among the most important offices in Rome. Now yeye akaenda na yeye and huko by the time anafika na yeye Senate, kumbuka that Senate kuna among iko comprised of 600 patricians, and when I talk about patricians is among the is like those who are wealthy and those who are educated. Now kuna 600 senators, so Marcus Aurelius has to introduce the son to the 600 senators and like Quintianus and anaitwa Cassius Dio. So by the time I'm introduce Marcus Aurelius to the senators, even after the nini imeisha, everything imeisha, he called Quintianus na Cassius Dio kando and akaongea nao and akawaambia that this is my son Commodus. Yeah, and okay, he didn't tell them directly that I want him to take over after me, but after now they simply talked about mambo na the war with the Germanic tribes, because Marcus Aurelius alikuwa anataka funds in order to manage the soldiers, his army and everything. But after kuongea na the two senators, the two senators are were among the, like the most important senators and walikuwa wamejulikana. And after kuongea now, he told Commodus something that you can't trust any one of them, because kumbuka senators walikuwa at a position whereby they knew that walikuwa na ngoja an opportunity tokee so that they seize power. So you can't trust any one of them simply meant that even them want to become emperors of Rome. Now after co-introduced to the senators, Marcus Aurelius akaona that the son lazima kuwe na bibi, and Marcus Aurelius didn't hesitate, akaenda katafutia Commodus bibi by the name Crispina. So Commodus amekuwa introduced to the senators. Commodus anajulikana na the army and he also know how to handle the sword somehow, and also Commodus has a wife. Now hii preparation yote simply prepares Commodus to take over after Marcus Aurelius. Now tukirudi huko the Germanic war, huko vita inaendelea, and kumbuka that emperor is away na vita inaendelea, the war is escalating. So soldiers wakatumwa to Rome, wakaambiwa wenda waambie the emperor that hii vita inatulemea. So Commodus, Marcus Aurelius lazima warudi wapi? Lazima warudi Rome. Lazima warudi at the Germanic war because vita inaendelea. Now kumbuka that hii time yote the emperor is away, and kumbuka that hii time yote the generals wana lead the war huko kwa the Germanic with the Germans. So he didn't hesitate, yeye na mtoto wake na Commodus wakakimbia huko kwa camp. And during now at the time of yeye kupanga now how to trap the barbarians with the legions, Marcus Aurelius fall sick again. Now him now ako kwa kitanda yake and already amesha prepare that Commodus will take over. Now hii time yote kuna time enye a plague ilikuja ika-attack Rome by the name Antonine plague yenye nilikuwa nimesema previously, and the Antonine plague was strong in a way that 2000 people were being killed by this plague on a daily basis. So Marcus Aurelius ako kwa sick bed yake, already ame prepare the son Commodus to take over after him, and now he told Commodus something, akamwambia that Commodus, you have to finish this war. At the same time akambia Commodus aje that you can't trust anybody because anybody mwenye ana feel that he will be the next emperor of Rome, he will come for that seat. Now here again tunapata kijana mwenye isn't interested na mambo na vita, Commodus. And some historians say that Commodus alikuwa anataka kumaliza the vita so that he go back to Rome and have fun, because alikuwa amejulikana with the luxury life ya warembo. Yeah, so historians say that Commodus alikuwa anataka kumaliza the war so that he go back to Rome and have that good life, the splendid life. But Marcus Aurelius already amekufa, and Commodus is now the next emperor. Commodus is a person mwenye he now take orders from now the two generals, but ako interested at the war, ako interested kabisa. Alikuwa anataka kumaliza the war and everything just to amalize the promise of the father that I will finish the war. So what simply Commodus did, alienda to the barbarians and they signed a peace treaty to end the Germanic war. But him signing the peace treaty ilikataliwa na the senators, and also ilikataliwa na the military, the soldiers. But Commodus saw that it was the easiest way ya kumaliza the war, because the war wasn't that good pali ilikuwa inapeleka Rome. So hapa tunapata a new emperor, that is Commodus. He is going back to Rome. Kumbuka that the sister is there, pia anataka kuwa the most powerful person in Rome. So tunaona that an upcoming emperor is going back to where problems iko. Kumbuka anda kupatana na senators, anda kupatana na the military, pia imekataa. Pia Lucilla sistake pia wants to take over the most powerful person in Rome. And Marcus Aurelius' story, that's where it ends. It ends with Marcus Aurelius leaving everything to the son Commodus to take over. Now that's where story tumeisha for today. And again, don't forget to like, don't forget to share, don't forget to subscribe. So our next episode will simply talk about Commodus.